Hey guys, here we're out on the Appalachian Trail again, and we're at Loft Mountain Wayside on the Shenandoah Parkway. It's September the 14th, and you know what I like to do when I get around? I look for a hiker, and guess what? I found two of them. And I'm getting ready to get their trail name, a little bit of information about them, and just talk to them a little bit. Tell us your trail names.
I'm Froggy.
Froggy.
And I'm Nametag.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you a crazy question. I'll explain it off camera. Tell me how to spell that. Froggy.
F-R-O-G-G-Y.
Okay.
And Nametag.
Okay. Do they have a hyphen between them?
Nope.
No doubt. The reason I do that because I don't want to mess up how to spell your name. I'm getting better at spelling, but I'll put it underneath your face. And y'all are flip-floppers,
That's
right?
correct.
We are.
Tell us when you started your hike.
We're doing a Harper's Ferry flip-flop. We started on June 3rd. No, June
2nd.
Yeah.
June 2nd. And when did you get to Katahdin?
Got to Katahdin
September 3rd.
September 3rd.
And you've got kind of a preliminary date of when you want to be through.
We do. We are from Georgia. We're now hiking home, and we hope to be done around November 17th.
What made you decide to do this crazy thing called a through hike?
It always been a dream for both of us, but longer for Dad.
I've wanted to do it since soon as I found out there was a trail from Georgia to Maine. So when I was 12 and was hiking in the Smokies and learned about it, I was like, this is something that has to be done.
Now, are you between school or Froggy?
I am. I just finished my undergraduate. I studied geology at Wellesley University.
Okay, cool. Where will you go after that? I mean,
Well, after getting done with the trail, I'll head home and I'll start applying for grad school. So I'll be.
Where do you think you'll go to grad school? Do you know?
I've got my top preferences are Rutgers, Northeastern, and MIT.
Okay, anybody know anybody there that's got clout? Let's contact Froggy and see if we
Perfect.
can get her. Let's see if we can do a lot on YouTube nowadays. You never know what happens. It's got to be a thrill to be hiking with your daughter.
It is a huge thrill. I cannot imagine a better experience than the two of us doing the trail together. We've always been hiking buddies ever since she was about 8 years old and we started hiking in the Smokies. So doing the whole trail is surely a magical thing for me as a dad. You bet.
So when the very first thought that it was really going to happen, who do you think had the most insight and let's go ahead and make this happen this year? Together totally, you think, or was it one or the other?
It kind of just started as a joke between us because I went to school in Boston,
Okay.
and so when Dad dropped me off 4 years ago, he said, "All right, walk on home. You know, you're along our favorite trail." And then as I got closer to graduating, we started to get together and say, "Can we really do it? You know, is it really real?" And the big thing was once Mom agreed to
Yes.
support us and to
Yep.
allow us to chase this dream, then we knew that it was going to happen.
And I want to talk about the support just a second, but before I do, tell me how you got your trail name.
Mine, I was sitting in a creek wearing my camp shoes, and my camp shoes are bright neon green Crocs. And somebody came by and saw me with my feet in the water and my green Crocs and said, "You look like a frog."
You know, how long ago was that? I mean,
I was first week.
It was mid-June.
Yeah.
oh, on the trail.
On the trail.
So
yeah.
you come out here without a trail name.
Yeah, we let the trail name us both. We'd had trail names for when we were hiking together,
Right.
but
Okay.
we wanted to let the AT give us an official new name.
That's cool. I like that story. And what about yours? How'd you get yours?
Well, when we started as flip-floppers out of Harper's Ferry, of course, none of the flip-floppers had names. Most of the Nobos were zooming by us and obviously had their names already. And I took it upon myself to start handing out all kinds of suggestions, and that turned into my own trail name.
That's interesting. Name tag, because my wife hiked with somebody called No Name,
Oh
and
yeah.
his son was called Salty Hat, and he kept that name all the way until they got off around 1700 mile mark in 2014. So that's interesting. Name tag, No Name, it all comes. You mentioned the support. I think the support system is 30% is the reason people conquer the Appalachian Trail. Without it, I think you got a 30% chance less
Yeah.
of completing. Would you agree with that?
It's big.
It's huge. Your 30% may
Yeah.
be too low. If we
Okay.
didn't have the support from home, I don't know that our odds would be
Yeah.
good at all.
And for support, we mean, you know, she's doing the work to mail drop to
I know.
us, and that's huge support, but also just the emotional support
Yeah.
of knowing that our family's cheering for us and they're excited that we're doing this adventure. It's really big.
Yeah, it's huge.
For the first time on an interview, I'm getting ready to say something I've never said because we're getting ready to do it. And that is, I'm going to try to come up with a way that we can come up some way to help the spouses that are left behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is needed so bad out here
I
that,
agree.
you know, it's a lot going on back home when
It's-
somebody's away.
That's right.
And so we got to come up with some way that we can help it. What's been the most fun about being out here, Froggy?
This time together is pretty special. I mean, I went to college far away, so for these last 4 years especially, we haven't seen as much of each other as we did when I was growing up. So it's pretty cool to get to do this adventure with my dad, I'll say.
Dad, what's been the best thing about being with your daughter, other than just being with your daughter?
Well, as I mentioned, it's been a bucket list item of mine since I was 12 years old. Obviously, the chance to do it with Froggy means the world to me. But the adventure in and of itself,
Yeah.
no 2 days are ever the same. The community of long distance hikers is incredible, and the friendships you make and the things that happen to you along the way, like meeting you today, you know, that's part of the magic and part of the wonder.
Well, people normally answer the question when I ask them what's the thing that's been the most enjoyable. The number one answer is the people on the
Yeah.
trail.
Yeah,
And,
the
you know,
community.
The
yeah.
trail community is amazing.
The sights are gorgeous, but it
Most
seems like
days.
the people. Yeah, we got a bad day here, but that's all right. We got a bad day. Is there other brothers or sisters, Froggy?
Yeah, I have an older brother, Charlie, and a younger sister, Adeline.
What do
And-
they think about sister being out here?
Oh, they're big supporters. It's not something they would want to do,
Okay.
the whole thing.
Different personalities.
Different
Very
personalities,
much.
but my older brother did come do a week with us. He did Connecticut.
Okay, that was my next question.
And
If
it was
any
huge.
family members been
It was
out?
so fun to
it
have
was
him
great.
come. He was a great, he was just a champ through it all. And at the end of it, he was ready to go home. So it was a good length of time for all of us.
Now I heard you say we ate breakfast talking to you, which I really enjoyed doing that. And I know you're from down south, so
We
you
are.
call home where?
Gainesville, Georgia is our home.
So you're hiking home.
We are.
We
And that's
are.
interesting. Now that I'm thinking about that, will you see family members before you summit?
We hope so. We think so as we are getting closer, and you know, a weekend trip is possible. You know, yeah, from driving distance, and so yes, we definitely. We've had some support, direct support already. My wife came to see us outside New York, and she came again when we summited at Katahdin.
Wow.
So we've
she's-
had some of that already,
And we saw cousins.
and we saw cousins here in Virginia. So we've had some great family
But
support.
it sounds like you don't mind if there's more.
No, obviously not.
All
the
That
help,
would be great.
Hey guys, if you're watching this and you know these folks, and hey, won't you surprise them and give them a little trail
Yeah,
magic?
the whole
and-
town can
Oh,
come
did
on,
they?
really.
Okay, now we're gonna have a party. We'll try to have a party. What's been the worst thing about being out here? Can you think of something that you could answer because
Well,
of
there's
that question?
there's two obvious things.
Okay.
Obviously, missing my wife
That's
at
number one.
home, and I miss my garden. So I didn't get a chance to do any
Okay.
gardening this year.
That's interesting.
And those are the and my dog. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the dog.
I miss the dog.
That's the number one answer. And
dog.
you know, it's real funny because I ask people that, and they say an animal, and then I say, "Do you have a spouse?" And they say, "Yeah." And I say, "Oh, we're gonna try to edit this out."
I know, switch the
Yeah.
order.
Now, what about you, Froggy? What do you been the
Missing-
worst thing?
Missing family and friends, easy contact, you're so used to being able to call someone up whenever. That's hard. The physical journey, the physical trials, it's all part of it. So some days it rains and it's not that fun, but you're still telling yourself that that's part of the adventure. So
So I
all
watch
of
it.
it's really okay.
A lot of people watch the channel to get information because they're thinking about doing this. If you had one piece of information to give somebody that's thinking about doing this in 2020, what would you tell them?
My biggest piece of advice would be to just get out here and do it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Anyone can, and it's really
Yeah.
it's really all up to you and up to your mental state. If you just enjoy it and make the most of it, you'll have a great time and you'll probably get through it all.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's just you make that mental commitment to do it. There are enough towns along the AT. There's a phrase the trail provides, which is
Yeah.
Absolute.
an absolute
Very true.
truism. And wonderful things happen to you on the trail for sure. So if you're thinking about it, I encourage you to do it.
And just for information, because I'm trying to study this a little bit, why did you choose a southbound versus a northbound?
Well, for us, doing the flip-flop, was based on her graduation date. She graduated at the end of May, and 2 days later we started hiking from Harper's Ferry. So the flip-flop was going to be our trail of choice from the very beginning. And so we wanted to finish hiking home, and so we decided to do the top half first and then come back and do Harper's Ferry to Georgia.
You think you made a good decision?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
we've loved the flip flop. We
Yeah.
recommend that to anyone who.
Weather has been
Thinking about
good, allowed us to get in some good conditioning before the trail got really hard in the northeast. So yeah, we highly recommend the flip-flop approach. You don't have to start in Harper's Ferry. You can start any number of places, but a
Yeah.
flip-flop is a great way to go.
I got a funny little question I ask at this time. It seemed like the hikers really, I mean, the people viewing it really like to see your expression when I ask this. Tomorrow night, wherever you might be, you're in a clearing, something like where we are now, and there's a helicopter that starts helicoptering over top of you and zooming in, and a guy gets a megaphone and he asks you down there, he said, listen, anything that you want to eat in the world, we have it in the helicopter. What do you want us to drop in the next 5 minutes? Tell me what you think you might would ask him to drop.
On the trail, I always crave cold Gatorade, 3 Musketeers, and a veggie burger of some kind.
But a,
Wow.
a flourless chocolate torte with raspberry sauce would be really good.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, guys,
Fancy.
if anybody's got a plane or a helicopter and you can find these folks, you know where to drop them, guys. Anybody you want to say hello to before I let you go?
All the family back home.
Yep, all family. Cindy, my wife, I love you dearly. Thank you so much for empowering us to do this. Charlie and Adeline, can't wait to see you guys when we get home.
Preble the dog, we miss you, and we'll be there soon.
Hey, I've watched people FaceTime with their dogs, so I understand that. Guys, thank you again for taking a few minutes out of your busy time to talk with us and to meet Sherry, I believe in I, and hopefully we get to spend some more time with you down the trail.
Hope
And I
so.
simply say, like I always do, God bless every step between here and Springer, not Katahdin.
That's right.
That's
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you again.